everyone. All right, so today's gonna be the first workout. We're gonna do it basically based for beginner rower, and so we're gonna go over some beginner rowing technique things, as well as a nice Tabata workout. So if you don't know what any of that is, don't worry. If you have equipment, you can put equipment in, but this is made for if you don't have equipment. So if you don't have a rower, you can also jump in for just the second half of it, which is totally fine. But we're gonna start on the rower. First, I'm gonna go over all the movements so that I don't have to move my camera back and forth as much and we don't have to stop in the middle. So a Tabata is basically a way to get our heart rate up, get metabolism going. There's a lot of research on Tabata workouts, but basically it's 20 seconds of a movement followed by 10 seconds of rest, and you repeat it, sorry, I'm on a busy street, for a total of a 4-minute thing. So it's 20 seconds, 10 seconds rest, 20-second movement, 10-second rest, 20 seconds, 10. And I listed them all up there so you can see them. But basically, we're gonna start with a core set and then we're gonna go to more of an agility set. I'm gonna go over modifications and all of that right now for you guys. So rower stuff, you know, we jump on the rower. I'll walk you through that as we're on the rower. So the first thing that we're gonna do is gonna be 4 movements and then we're gonna repeat them, and then 4 movements and we're gonna repeat them. Hey Lori, thanks for joining. So if anyone's working out with me, awesome. I've got my computer set up so that we have graduations going on. So people are like coming to my busy street and honking and doing a bunch of things. So if you hear a lot of weird noises, hopefully I don't die in my garage, but I hear a lot of screaming right now. So that's what that is. But I've got my computer set up so I can try and look. My vision's a little bit more hazy today, so I'm not as good with the reading, but if you comment live with me. If you're watching on replay, comment replay. It makes me feel like I should do these for you guys. Otherwise, I feel like I'm all alone. So feel free to comment. But basically the first one is, so it's gonna be 4 movements again, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So 4 movements, and I'm gonna go over them in a second, and then we're gonna repeat it. And then we're gonna go to 4 different movements, and we're gonna repeat those again for a second time. So basically the workout should be about 30-ish minutes or less with the warm up and the cool down, but a little bit more since I'm just gonna explain some of these movements for you. So hopefully you guys can see me. I can't really tell if you can see my feet or not. So feel free to holler at me if not, and I'll see it in a sec. But the first one is going to be bird dogs. I think you should be able to see me on the floor. Let me lower it a little bit. Do. Only downside to live things. Oh no, now I can't find the thing that tightens. All right, technical difficulties. All right. So you can leave your back there. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is a bird dog, which is on your hands and your knees. You're gonna kick your leg out and bring your arm up, and then kick your leg out and bring your arm up. So I'll show you from the side. It's gonna look like this. The goal is to not let your body rotate. So you wanna think of yourself as a stiff board. So if you're doing this and you're rotating, then you're not making it as hard as you could make it. So really getting that stomach tight, thinking I'm a stiff board lifting up. If your leg's going all the way up here, you're probably rotating. So I like to think of it as drag to the floor and lift up as far as you can. You shouldn't be lifting up as far as you see people doing all the way up here, because you're gonna get that rotation component. So really it's a core workout. So bird dog, we're gonna do 20 seconds of that. So the beauty of these things is it's time-based, which means you can go at your own pace and do what's comfortable for you. All right, next is bicycle crunches. So we're gonna be on our back, legs like this, hands underneath. Try not to like pull on your neck. If you are, just rest your hands by the side of your head. You're gonna kick out and bring your opposite elbow to get your opposite knee. And then reverse it. And just back and forth. If you can't get your elbow to touch your knee, no worries. Just go as far as is comfortable. If that's really difficult, you can just go down to leg lowers like this. And if that's really difficult, just tapping. The goal is that your back is actually flat on the ground. So stomach tight, try and push your belly button into the ground, and you're only bringing your leg as far out as you can where you don't get that arch in your back. So if I go really low, you might see how I start to rotate and go downwards. So this is me good. This is me not good. That's a nice arch in my back. You don't want that. So that's bicycles. V-ups, similar component. If you need to bend your knees, go for it. I actually can't do it with straight legs. Same concept where you want your back flat. Bring your legs as far as you can, maintaining that flatness. So if I bring it all the way down here, I've arched my back. So I like to start up here and lower as far as you can, and then that's your kicking out spot, and then you're coming up. So it's a down and up. All maintaining that flat back when your legs are that way, and then coming up to meet of course, your upper back's gonna come up off of it. If you can touch your toes, awesome, go for it. That's a V-up. And then heel taps are also on the ground, so it's nice we get to stay on the ground for some of this. Basically what you're gonna do is keep your feet just like this bent, and you're gonna go and try and touch your toe. Touch your heel, touch your heel, touch your heel, touch your heel, just back and forth. So it looks like this, like a penguin. All right, so those are going to be those movements that we're gonna do, and then we're gonna just repeat that. I'll be doing it with you. For the next one, it's a burpee. You can do this on the ground. There's a bunch of different options for this. You can also do this on an elevated surface. So on the ground, arms down, kick back. If you need to go onto your knees, go for it. Go into a push-up, back up, bring your legs forward, and then stand up. That's a full burpee. If you want to do it where you step back, you can, and then you can step forward. Or you can do this where you don't go into the push-up with a step or a jump, or you can come onto an elevated surface and do your burpee there. So lots of different options for a burpee. Skater, squats, and then mountain climbers. So a skater is two movements together. A skater is a lateral hop with a single leg deadlift, where you're gonna take your hand and try and touch your shin. Lateral jump, if you need to, do this as a step. Don't round your back, keep your back nice and flat as you go. So none of this, nice and flat and controlled, core tight. Squat, as far as is comfortable, just go within your range. And mountain climber, hands underneath your shoulders, and you're gonna bring one leg up at a time. You can do this as like a running movement, or you can do this as a stepping. So quick movement or step. Try and keep that arms underneath those shoulders. Okay, those are all the movements. If anyone's got questions, I'll check in a second. But that's gonna be it. So let's get started, because I'm tired already and my phone is talking to me. So, those are all the movements. We're gonna start in the rower. Ta-da! Hopefully all set up where you can see me. Sorry about any glares or things like that. I did my best. Okay. Quickly see if there's any questions. Oh, I really can't read. Okay, so to start, and this is crooked. If you guys haven't realized, I'm anal with this crooked stuff. All right, so what we're gonna do is get your foot plate where you want it. Get your feet strapped in. It is hot in here. All right. I think for the second part, I'm gonna open my garage, so if you guys can't hear me, let me know. But you can put your thing to just row or just starting to row. We'll get it working. You're gonna strap in. Remember to get your butt in the right spot, so whether you choose the lean forward method or the scoop method, do what's comfortable for you. Shift around, but get onto those sit bones so we don't end up with a tailbone issue or a bash issue. And then we're gonna grab that handle. So to start, we're gonna work on a pick drill. So to do that, we're gonna come all the way back here, stomach tight. Think of our clock. We've got noon, 11, and 1 o'clock. I don't know which way my camera does it, but we're gonna go into that nice lean back. Now what we're gonna do is arms away, arms in. Should not feel like much. Nice loose grip on that handle, nice and wide. Just pulling in and out. We're gonna do 10 of these, or if I lose count, we'll just switch. So you should not be pulling intensely with this. This should be nice and gentle. It should not feel like much. The whole purpose of this is to get your body going. Our arms are actually really close to our heart, which means we're getting our heart to start working just by getting our arms moving. So our heart rate's already gonna start to increase. All right, now what we're gonna do, and the other part of this is we're basically breaking down the stroke to get our body ready for this forearm movement. So the next part we're gonna do is arms, and then we're gonna go core. So we're gonna go from that 11 and 1 to the next one. So for me, this would be 11 o'clock, this would be 1 o'clock. So we're gonna go arms away, 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock, arms in. Arms out, forward, back, in, arms in. Arms out, forward, back, arms in. And we're just getting used to this hip hinge movement. So arms, core, core, arms. Arms, core, core, arms. And it's breaking it down, so this is part of our stroke as we do it. Arms, core, core, arms. Arms, core, core, arms. And then what we're gonna do next is we're gonna add in our legs, but we're only gonna go halfway up the slide. So, watch what that looks like. Arms, core, legs halfway. Legs, core, arms. Now it's a little bit more like our normal stroke, except not all the way yet. So arms, core, halfway. Legs, core, arms. Arms, core, legs. Legs, core, arms. Now if your arms are tired, that's okay. You should not normally feel like your arms are tired when you're rowing. When you do a pick drill, you might, because notice we've mostly used our arms. Arms, core, legs. Legs, core, arms. Arms, core, legs. Legs, core, arms. Now we're gonna go all the way and it's gonna be a full stroke. So we're gonna have more leg power. All the way, legs, core, arms, arms, core, legs. So nothing changes except how far we went. And you might feel it get a little bit smoother as you go, so it's not as segmented, but you might still have to think because this is a new movement. So push with those legs, core, arms, arms, core, legs. But you shouldn't open up your hips until your knees are straight, unless you're keeping your knee bent for a specific reason, which I do tell people to do sometimes. Legs, core, arms, arms, core, legs. Legs, core, arms, arms, core, legs. But a good thing is you can notice when I go arms away, my knees aren't bending yet. My arms are straight, then my core, then my legs bend. Lots of graduations going on around here. I did this all last night. I don't know if you can hear it. All right, so these are full strokes. So now I want you to push a little bit more with your legs. So really emphasize that push with those legs. And everything else is still nice and relaxed. You should feel it less in your arms now. Push. And push. And if you're going faster than me, I challenge you to get as slow as me. So I'm actually at 15 strokes per minute, which is really slow. But the slower you can go, the longer you're going to last on the rower going forward. Learning to control everything is key. Notice how I can still talk. I'm not out of breath. So still movement, I've got normal sentences, and you might be a little bit more, that's okay. I'm going a little bit less because one, my eyes, and two, I'm talking to you guys, so I've got to be able to talk. So push, don't pay attention to the numbers. If you pay attention to any, it's the one on that top right, the S/M, which might be different depending on what machine you're on. But notice how we're going slow, but we're not stopping ever. It's not my arms and then I stop. I'm continuously moving. Legs, core, arms, arms, core, legs. Legs, core, arms, arms, core, legs. Now I like to use this as a check-in. How are you feeling? Are you feeling something in your upper back? Are you feeling something in your low back? Are your arms or your elbows or your knees? What are you feeling? Pay attention to that. Write it down. Let me know if you've got questions. Hey, after this I started to feel this. But pay attention to that now. Not after the workout, because you don't know what will happen from the workout and what's from the workout versus what's from the rowing. All right, we're gonna go for another 25 seconds, which will be a nice 6-minute warm up. Then we're gonna get off the rower. Okay, so now we're gonna pick it up a little bit. So we're gonna pick up that speed, but I don't really want you above 20 strokes per minute. So I'm right here at 20. Push with those legs. All right. 3 more, we'll stop. 1, 2, 3. Nice. All right. Good job, everybody. Doesn't matter how many meters you went. All that matters is that you started to pay attention to the stroke. The pick drill is a great way that people warm up, even on the water. Every time we're on a boat in the water, this is our warm up. It gets the boat moving just gently, gets our body ready for the movement. It ingrains that movement pattern into us so that we're less likely to do some things that are totally off norm. And it's really helpful. Starts to get your heart rate up as well. I actually have a new watch. I haven't tried the heart rate thing on here. But this watch is just as bad as my old watch at activity. It says I've done 1 minute of activity, and this is my second workout today. Okay, so I digress. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and switch into our Tabata workout. So I've got a timer. You should be able to hear it go 3, 2, 1 kind of thing. Let me go ahead and move my rower out of the way. So you can hear, I'm breathing. I got a workout. So you should, that's a good way to use the rowing machine just getting started, is use it as part of that workout to get you moving. But you can see my face is all red. It's also like a sauna in here. Okay, sorry. I'm new to doing these workouts live like this, so bear with me. All right, so I've got a timer that's set ready. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. If not, I'll yell, so you'll also hopefully hear me much better. Perfect, thank you. All right, so it's going to do a 10 seconds. So it's gonna give us 10 seconds to get ready. Just a quick reminder, we're gonna do, and I can't read that. All right, we're gonna do bird dogs, bicycle crunches, V-ups, and then heel taps. And I'm doing them with you, so if you forget, no worries, just jump in. All right, I know, let's go, I'm on it. All right, it's gonna do a 10-second countdown. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So the nice thing about Tabatas,
3, 2,
and break. The nice thing about Tabatas is you're just competing against yourself. So try and get the same the first round as you do the last round. And go again. Remind me, guys. All right, start heel taps now. I totally failed. I'm sorry. I skipped the changing everyone. Huh. All right, I failed, I'm sorry. All right, so on the next one, skip. If you did what I did and messed up, we're gonna go right into bicycle crunches. And step, and V-ups. Sorry for the mess up, guys. And go. And rest. So you can either choose heel taps or bicycle crunches. Go for it. And then do your second of whatever you want. So we basically did 3 of one, so we're gonna do 1 less of another. Sorry. And break. And squats next. And go. Now I can't work out and talk. Fail. All right, next is mountain climbers. And go. And break. All right, back up to burpees. I got it right the second round. Learning curve. I'll get better as I do this more. Sorry, guys. We got skaters, which is really hard to do on this carpet and off the carpet. I'll do better next time, so I'm more in the frame. Sorry, guys. But if you were here at the beginning, break. I walked through the movements, so hopefully you kind of know them. Squats next. 2 more movements, we're almost done. And squats. Just go as far as is comfortable for you. And break. Last thing, mountain climbers. And go. seconds. And break. All right. I think that's it. If I did my math right, which is very possible I messed it up. Perfect, done, hey. All right, I'm sorry guys. I know I messed up the first round. If you want to do another extra of it, go ahead. I apologize. See if I can read that. Chest out when squatting. Yes, agreed. There's a lot of different components to the squat. I went over some brief. I will do a whole nother video on just squatting in general. Each one of these movements can be deep dived into what is right and what you should be paying attention to. There's not a one-fits-all approach, especially for squatting. There's also different things like motor control, motor mechanics, for instance. If you actually have trouble keeping your chest up and back, there's a simple thing you can do to start working on that. I know I've talked to somebody in this group about that. So I'll do things that'll dive straightly. Yes, I am really tired. It's my second workout of the day. And I haven't worked out because my eye surgery in a while. So, and talking during working out is really tough. I will go deep diving into kind of those different movements and things. I have one, I'll come on and do shoulder tomorrow and things like that. I went up into the other group and did some preventative things. So I'm gonna be jumping in here and doing those as well for you guys so that you can pay attention to those things. I would chill and take a breath, but I want to get off of here, to be honest, because it's like 95 degrees and I want to go inside. So let's do a nice cool down. So for a cool down, perfect, awesome, Annette. So for the cool down, some of the muscles that we worked, quads, hammies, glutes, wasn't strong on the arms. You might be feeling a little bit arms, so we'll do a gentle thing for the arms as well. But those are, since that's what our workout kind of got a lot of, we're gonna do a little bit of that as well as core. So we're gonna do some things that target the muscles that we worked for that stretching aspect. So for glutes, let's start with some, you can either do a pigeon if you've got back stuff going on. I recommend doing it on your back. Show you guys both ways. But the first one is a pigeon pose. Take your leg, put it on the ground like this, and then you gently lean forward. It's like your knee is coming across to your opposite shoulder. If this is too difficult or you have sciatica or anything like that, jump on your back, bring your leg up like this, and bring your knee towards your opposite shoulder like that. Same stretch, just a different intensity level. So let's hold this for a little bit. And now I get to take my breath. All right, let's switch legs. So this is really good for that piriformis muscle, which is a tiny little muscle in our butt, but also gets our glutes a little bit as well. All right, and then while we're here, if you're like this, bring both knees to your chest. If you're doing the pigeon pose, bring both knees underneath you. Prayer stretch, bring your arms out, head down. All right, and if you're prayer stretching, now we're gonna go into a reach. You're gonna basically reach your arm across and get that rotation in. Hold for about 5 seconds. And then you're gonna come and switch arms like this. And if you're on your back, it looks like this. We're gonna bring our legs out to one side, arms straight. Head towards the arm that's out. And then switch. And switch. And switch. We'll do one more on each side. And switch. And switch. Now we'll go ahead and stand up. We're gonna get our quads and our hamstrings. So for quads, hold on to something, kick your leg up, grab it, bring your leg underneath you. Keep your knee pointed down, don't let it pop out to the side. And don't arch your back while you do it. Stomach is nice and tight, hips underneath you, and just bring it as high as you can comfortably. And if someone needs a modification to this, let me know, and I can do that in another video so you guys can see that. And switch legs. And switch again. We'll do one more on each side. Another common thing that people do with this is if you're not holding on, people tend to side bend like this. So really, if you hold on and you're able to kind of keep everything stacked and underneath you and you don't have to turn it into a balance game, that's gonna help you get that stretch a little bit better. All right, and then hamstrings. So since I'm standing, we're gonna do standing. Take one leg, heel is on the ground, back is nice and straight. Don't round your back. I'll show you from the side in a second. Back leg is slightly bent. Gently lean forward, knee is straight. Should feel it in the back of the upper thigh. Show you what it looks like from the side. Just like this. If you're magically all the way down here, you're probably rounding your back. I'm pretty flexible. So notice that mine's at about 90 degrees, but you shouldn't be like head to your toes. And switch legs. If balance is an issue, just hold on to something. And switch. All right, and then we'll gently do arms. You can do it standing. I'm just gonna come down so you can see me. Arm up and across, just across your body. We're basically getting bicep, back of the shoulder. Since we rode a little bit, we got that shoulder muscle in there, or the back of the shoulder muscles. And switch. And switch. And switch. Right, and the last one we're gonna do is for the pec, for on those triceps. If you got your pec or triceps a little bit, sorry, not on the triceps, on the burpees, we'll get those pecs stretched out. So the way I like to do that is go up to a wall, put your hand against that wall, and then gradually rotate away from it. So, arm on there, put one foot in front of the other, so I'll show you what it actually looks like. Put one foot in front of the other and then lean away, but it's more at your height, like this. If you get numbness or tingling in your hand, stop. There's some different things you could do. Play with how high you're doing, switch arms. Play with how high your arm is. That can contribute. So you don't want any numbness or tingling in your hand or your forearm at all. And switch. And switch. And you might feel this one a little bit more in your arm as well. That's completely fine. All right, let me see if I missed anything. If anyone's got any questions, I hope that workout was okay. I'm so sorry that I messed up, especially at the beginning, so my apologies. Chest out with squatting. Yes, I'm tired. Cool. Yep, if anyone's got questions, let me know, but I hope that you enjoyed the workout, and if you want more, let me know. I'm not going to do it if people don't want it. And bye, guys. Hope you have an amazing day. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I put new things out weekly so you can get new information. You can also join the Keep Rowing Longer Facebook group where you can ask your questions and get your questions answered quickly. So if you're interested in that, I'd love to see you there. There's a link in that description below, and I hope to see you there and chat soon.